Check 1, 2. Good evening. And welcome to Oak Harbor High School. My name is Darren McCoy, and I am the choir director here at Oak Harbor High School, and it's been an honor to work with your students this year. So thank you for sending them into our program. I would also like to say thank you for coming out and supporting your students and family and friends. Please help me thank Vic, Wildcat TV, and Matthew Williams for recording tonight's performance. If you're just getting here, we do have some seats in the balcony, but I don't think you're going to find many together down here. I think you're going to have to go upstairs. In the front row is good sound. All right, we are experimenting with our recording this evening and using a different type of microphone that gets the room sound instead of just these sounds directly from the stage. For that reason, I'd like to invite you to, of course, silence your cell phones, please, but moreover, secure them in a place that's not going to fall out of your pockets. During Mamma Mia, we had a person who was told that specifically, and it fell out, and then it fell 20 feet off the edge, and it cracked, and it was, I don't want that for anybody. So please make sure you secure your cell phones as well. If you must leave your seat, please do so during applause, of course. And don't come back in until applause. They've got a mountain of music that they are trying to memorize, and one little thing can be challenging. So please help us out by not leaving and entering a whole bunch. Go ahead, Ethan. Our first number this evening comes from the musical The Pajama Game. Workers at the Sleep Tight Pajama Factory are demanding a raise of 7.5 cents an hour, but the union's demands are falling on deaf ears. Meanwhile, a romance is budding between Babe, the grievance committee head, and Sid, the new factory superintendent. We hope you enjoy, featuring El Canto, Hernando's Hideaway.
Good evening. My name is Katie Tanner, and I'm the choir club president. While we get set up for our next song, we wanted to let you know that the Boosters are having their annual mattress fundraiser in May. Proceeds for this event go to choir tours, clothing, and overnight field trips, all for the students. Many of you know the name of our next poet, Robert Frost. He was an American poet known for his realistic depictions of rural life and his command of everyday American speech. The song, Nothing Gold Can Stay, was written during the return to the new normal after pandemic lockdowns. If nothing else, COVID-19 taught musicians and students how much of us wanted to be together to sing in the same room. The text of the piece recalls the beauty of transitions. In this case, leaves turning from green to gold. How beautiful that is. But autumn beauty cannot and does not remain. Like many beautiful things in life, there's a cycle. Spring comes again, as does the return of group singing. Currently, this song is only available with choir directors who attended last summer's ACDA workshop in Tacoma. Since Mr. McCoy went, we are amongst the only choirs in the world who are currently allowed to perform this piece that isn't even a year old yet. Here is Nothing Gold Can Stay.
On March 20th, treble choir and harbor singers will be representing our school in the San Juan District Choral Festival in Bellingham. They will be performing for other schools and 3 judges who will rate them according to the national standards of music education. Treble choir will be performing Nothing Gold, the song you just heard, Canto de Pion, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Yay, that's right. And Bird Song. Canto de Pion is a Venezuelan work song used to pass time while grinding corn into flour. Bird Song contains lyrics written by an unknown child in a concentration camp in what used to be Czechoslovakia. It is an expression of hope and joy in the face of oppression and uncertainty.
Guests are always a welcome sight in the choir room. Whether it is a student coming back from college to tell about music school or an educational singing group, the students always appreciate meeting new people and learning new perspectives. The next group has been visiting our program for 10 years. I'm not sure, I lost track after a while. And I'm thrilled to finally get them on stage. Would you please welcome Under the Radar?
Okay. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. What would I do when my love is away?
Does it worry you to be alone?
How do I feel at the end of the day?
Are you sad because you're on your own?
No, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends.
Do you need anybody?
I need somebody to love.
Could it be anybody?
I want somebody to love.
Would you believe in a love at first sight?
Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time.
What do you see when you turn out the light?
I can't tell you, but I know it's mine. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends.
Do you need anybody?
I need somebody to love.
Could it be anybody?
I want somebody to love. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Yes, I get by with a little help from my friends. A little help from my friends, my friends, my friends.
Thank you. We are thrilled to be here for, gosh, it's been over 10 years. This quartet has had the pleasure of coming down and singing with Mr. McCoy and his choirs and teaching them a little bit about a cappella music, singing unaccompanied instead of having the joy of having some orchestral arrangement behind you, but also a chance to expose them to barbershop, which we are all members of the Barbershop Harmony Society. I guess you could call us a barbershop quartet, although we don't really sing a lot of traditional barbershop. That was, of course, the traditional Lennon-McCartney barbershop
song, yes.
So we're going to do another song while they're getting organized back behind the curtain. We're going to do another traditional barbershop. Okay, it's non-traditional, from the Beach Boys.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older, then we wouldn't have to wait so long? And wouldn't it be nice to live together in the kind of world where we belong? Though it's gonna make it that much better when we can say goodnight and stay together. Wouldn't it be nice if we could wake up in the morning when the day is new? After having spent the day together, hold each other close the whole night through. Happy times together we'd be spending. I wish that every kiss was never ending.
Would never end.
Wouldn't it be nice? Maybe if we think and wish and hope and pray it might come true. Maybe then there wouldn't be a single thing we couldn't do. We could be married, and then we'd be happy. Wouldn't it be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice?
Oh, wouldn't it be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice? Oh,
wouldn't it be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice?
Thanks again to Mr. McCoy for inviting us. It's really neat to be in front of the parents and the people who support music. We like to say that singing is one of the things you can do for your entire life. It doesn't stop when you leave high school. It doesn't stop when you leave college. You can do it until you're old and gray or not so gray. And thank you for supporting music in the schools.
Absolutely.
And arts. Yes. We like to say that if art is how we decorate space, then music is how we decorate time. So we're going to finish our song list here with a love song, as all good barbershop quartets do. We have chosen a love song from another famous barbershopper, Freddie Mercury of Queen.
This thing called love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I must get around to it. I ain't ready. Crazy little thing called love.
Well,
this thing called love, it cries like in a cradle all night. It swings, it jives, and shakes all over like a jellyfish. I kind of like it. Crazy little thing called love. There goes my baby.
She's my baby.
She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy.
She gives me hot and cold fever. She leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You gotta be cool.
Relax. I get on my tracks, take a back seat, a hitchhike, and take a long ride on my motorbike until I'm ready.
Ready.
Crazy little thing called love. This thing called love. I just can't handle it. This thing called love. I must get around to it. I ain't ready. Crazy little thing called love. 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 Crazy little thing called love.
Thank you so much, Under the Radar, for your lovely performance and also for years and years of supporting high school programs and middle school programs around the state. They are really an inspiration. A great deal of effort goes into singing while you are going through a voice change. All caps, a great deal. Some of us went through what you might call a traumatizing voice change. Some individuals behind me started this year with massive vocal ranges, and they have 6 notes now. Some went in the other direction. They had 6 and now have an octave and a half. Hey, Andrew. Hey. Now they have about 24 notes. And then there's my personal favorite, the group of students. This is a very small group that goes from having all of this stuff to having these 5 notes and these 5 notes. Nothing in between. So, and of course that high stuff is stuff that sounds like before puberty, right? That voice. So anyway, I arranged this next piece specifically for the Troubadours. The basses don't have to worry about anything that's much higher than speech voice. The baritones get to hang out on an F natural, which is pretty much avoiding all the crack tones, right? After that make you sound like one of those people from Monsters, Inc., you know, the little guys in the plays. Oh, Sully, that guy. And then the tenors just have to float up there with the melody because that just naturally tends to work in that part of the voice above. And of course, since I sing bass, yes, I do, I gave the melody to the basses. We hope you enjoy from the movie The Hobbit, Misty Mountains. A few moments ago, you heard Treble Choir's set list for contest. Now Harbor Singers would like to share their set list. The goal is to score a 1 being the best out of 5, on the following categories: rhythm, pitch, tone, interpretation, diction, and presentation. A couple of my students came back to me after the fall concert saying that their family said, "Can you just do something in English, please?" Well, actually, English is the hardest language to sing in for our choirs because it's the native language of most people. And they think about the word. When you sing in Latin, everybody gets their stuff from one source, that's me, and it comes out as one version. So that's why we study lots of different languages. You can't blend and tune English sometimes as well. And when you do hear it, English is a lovely language. It's very unique. It has some very interesting sounds that don't really exist in other languages. So, believe it or not, one of the best ways to prepare both of these groups for contest is to have a conversation when they get home with people who went to the concert. The best questions for you to ask are not things like, what was good? And certainly don't say, I heard you. That's a bad thing. That means they weren't blending very well. And certainly don't ask what was bad. There's better questions. For example, you can ask them what worked best, which doesn't mean it's part of a checklist that a performer can say, done, and then they don't have to do it again, right? It means what worked best and what can you do. The next question is what worked least, because maybe there wasn't anything that was, quote, bad. It was just something that didn't work the best, right? Because after all, bad and good is very subjective in the art world. A 5-minute parent conversation where students share their experiences can work wonders in helping them feel more confident and prepared for their own festival/competition. We are going to swap the order of the next 3 pieces, starting with Saints Bound for Glory in English, featuring both Sharon Burge and senior choir club accompanist Julia Rubio-Litvichuk on 4 hands piano.
Our bondage it shall end by and by, by and by. Our bondage it shall end by and by. From Egypt's yoke set free, hail the glorious Jubilee, and to Canaan we'll return by and by, by and by, and to Canaan we'll return by and by. Our deliverer he shall come by and by, by and by. Our deliverer he shall come by and by. And our sorrows have an end with the 80 years and 10. And God's glory crown the day by and by, by and by. And God's glory crown the day by and by. And when to Jordan's floods we are come, we are come. And when to Jordan's floods we are come. Jehovah rules the tide, and the waters he'll divide, and the ransomed host shall shout, we are come, we are come, and the ransomed host shall shout, we are come. Then with all the happy throng we'll rejoice, we'll rejoice. Then with all the happy throng we'll rejoice, shouting glory to our King, till the vaults of heaven ring, and through all eternity we'll rejoice, and through all eternity we'll rejoice. whenua.
Our next two pieces are about the fight against oppression. Last fall, we shared Chocholosa, an unofficial anthem of the post-apartheid South Africa. The next medley is one of the songs that would have been sung during political rallies and any event where you needed to remind yourself that hope exists. They speak to the belief that nobody should have to live in a world set up to favor one race over another.
Freedom is coming, freedom is coming, oh yes I know. Freedom is coming, freedom is coming, freedom is coming, oh yes I know. Freedom is coming, freedom is coming, freedom is coming, oh yes I know. Freedom is coming, freedom is coming, freedom is coming, oh yes I know. Freedom is coming, freedom is coming.
Our second piece takes us to North Africa with a story of slavery that is roughly 3,500 years old. It's about a nation enslaved in Egypt, a country that is about to experience a historic display of godly power. In the 1998 film, The Prince of Egypt, you see a struggle of wills. Moses, who will be sung by the tenors and basses, begs Pharaoh to let the Israelites go or suffer the consequences of their God. Pharaoh, sung by the sopranos and altos, believes he himself is a god in human form. The plagues ensue.
Land of Egypt, send the pestilence and plague into your house, into your bed, into your streets, into your streets, into your streets, into your earth, upon your cattle, upon your sheep, upon your oxen, in your field, until you drink, until you sleep, until you break, until you heal.
Thank you for coming to support our concert this evening. This last piece comes from a 1994 film set somewhere in Central Africa, modeled after Kenya and Tanzania. If you know it, please feel free to sing along.
Hakuna Matata. Wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata.